Hello, welcome to the next session on your home wheel practice. We're going to be looking at this session in a little bit more detail at how we can strengthen our core by using the wheel. Okay, so we're going to come around to sitting down on your mat, finding a comfortable place where we've got our knees spread, feet on the mat, sit bones rooted down. Your wheel can just be out the way for the moment. I'm going to send the fingers back behind us, draw the shoulder blades together, take the chin up and inhale as you lengthen. So just stretching through the back, opening the chest. Just staying here for a few moments just to connect your feet to the mat, feeling that strong connection as you root down in the big toes. And also find that connection through each of your fingertips. We're going to require a little bit of balance today, so it's always good just to have that connection at the beginning of your practice. And then as we exhale, we're going to curve the body, scoop it under, bend the elbows. Inhale, open. Exhale, scoop, scoop, scoop. Inhale, open. And exhale, come back to neutral. So bringing your feet about hip width apart. Again, just making sure we've got that spine nice and tall. Already feeling the connection in our core. We're going to bring the wheel, holding it between both hands, taking it up and overhead. So we're making that nice long line with the wheel. Draw your shoulders back and down the back body, hugging them into the center line. Holding here, see if you can just lightly hold the wheel. So I'm not gripping for dear life, just lightly hold the wheel and exhale. Bring that wheel forwards. Good, so you're just finding an openness in the shoulders here. Now we're going to work into using the wheel for your Navasana practice, for boat practice, a great one for extending in the working through your core and extending through the side waist. So again, holding the wheel nice and firmly, we're going to take the wheel up, but this time just take it to about 45 degrees, keeping the arms nice and long, leaning the body back but not curving in the spine. We're going to take one leg up and then swap it with the other leg. So we're working a little bit differently here because we're holding a weight while we work through our boat practice. Keep the length, keep drawing your chest slightly forwards and up. Maybe keeping the eye gaze just on your thumbs. Good, before placing both feet down. Taking hold of your knees and drawing your chest forwards. Let's take that up a little bit now. So really rooting down your feet once more, holding onto the wheel, taking that wheel up to 45 degrees. This time we're going to see if we can hold both legs. So we've got our shins parallel with the floor. Can we reach that wheel up and start to take it over to one side? Your legs haven't moved. Make an arc with that wheel over to the other side. You can bring your knees and your heels together and that will help you keep stability. So just seeing if we can work maybe 2 or 3 each side before coming back to center, lowering the toes, bringing the wheel down, swim your arms behind your back once more onto the fingertips. Send that chest forwards, eye gaze up to the third eye, shoulder blades down the back body. Just allow that upper body to recover. So we've got an opportunity to do that one more time. You can use the previous 2 versions or you could come with me. So once more, taking that wheel up, a bit more difficult with an added weight. Take the legs to meet it. You can bring your knees together or we can start to extend the legs. So again, we're going to take the wheel up and over. See if you can use your core muscles to keep the legs really stable. So that's your aim, is to have as little movement in the lower body, and we're working the external obliques as we move that wheel one more time before the knees bend. Come back to center. Let's stretch out the body, reaching the arms behind us, chin up, heel toe the feet a little bit wider. That's giving you more space to open out the back. Exhale as you come back down. Let's drop the knees to one side, look over the opposite shoulder. Use your inhale to bring the knees up. Exhale, drop them to the other side. Look over the opposite shoulder. Let's do that a couple of times, just dropping the knees, releasing the spine. A really nice way just to move out from this. Okay, so we're going to come and work through a little bit of plank practice. Now take your wheel to the back of your mat this time. Set yourself up in all fours quite close to the front of your mat. So if you're already feeling your arms working quite hard by holding the wheel, we're going to work to keep that stability and work through the core. So in all fours, place one foot, top of one foot, on top of your wheel, keeping the other foot just on the mat to start with. So we're going to keep the weight of the body, first of all, just on the hands and that lower knee. Now, as you square the hips, I want you to feel a little bit of pressure in that left leg as well. So the leg that's resting on the wheel. So push in to your left hip and your left leg. So the left leg is nice and long. Push into your hands and maybe see if you can hover the right knee off the mat and lower. So quite small movements here. We're keeping the spine nice and tall. We're not curving the back. So let's do that one more time. Lift that right knee and lower. So keep going with these movements. Try to keep the upper body nice and stable. Small movements as we lift that right knee off the mat and lower. Let's just do two more. Good. Before you bring both knees back to centre, just sit back onto your heels. Draw your arms up and overhead, and we're going to place the palms together and send the palms down the back body. So you've got your palms behind your head. Draw your elbows in towards each other. Now this is a really nice way to open out your shoulders. We sometimes do this down in our extended child's pose. So you're thinking about opening out those shoulders, send the fingers down the spine. Couple of full breaths here. Good. Release the hands. Let's take that into the other side. So you'll just need to move your wheel over to the back of the mat on the right side this time. So setting yourself up in all fours near the top of the mat. You're going to place the top of the right foot, the top of the right ankle on top of the wheel. Make sure your right knee is facing down towards the mat. Press into the hands just so that you can feel an engagement as you press down in the right hip. So you should be able to feel a connection with the wheel here. Just make sure it's square as well. Sometimes they like to roll over to one side. And then when you're ready, we're going to draw the left knee up and down. So small movements. I'm not curving my back here. I'm keeping the hips nice and low into a long plank and just drawing that left knee ever so slightly off the mat. Let's even do 3 more here. Well done, one more. Excellent. Lower both knees. This time we'll take the arms out wide. And exhale, bring them round to the opposite shoulder. So a big hug. See if you can walk your fingers right the way around your back body. Inhale, open the arms really wide and cross them over the other way. So keep walking the fingers around. See if you can really hug yourself nice and tight here, releasing the shoulders. Great. Give the arms a shake. And we'll go once more, one more exercise. So this time we need the wheel to be in the centre of the mat. Finding your all fours position. We're going to be making this slightly more tricky because you're going to be able to try and get both legs onto the mat, onto the wheel. So as you rest the top of one foot onto the wheel, press into your hands. We've got the same movement as we lift the other leg, and see if you can get it to join it. That takes a little bit of practice. So luckily you're doing this in your own home. And then we're going to see if we can draw both knees forwards and push them back with as little movement in the hips as possible. So don't lift your bottom. This is all core work, so upper body work. You're pushing hard with your arms to keep them long. Look straight down to make sure we're not going to bring any strain to the neck. And draw those knees towards your chest, taking them long. Let's just do 2 more. Well done. Unhook one leg, unhook the other. Just move your wheel out of the way so that you've got plenty of space to sink the body back, forehead on the mat. And this time we're going to come to full child's pose, Balasana. So wrapping the arms around the body, let the shoulders really wrap around. So imagine there was water just dripping down the sides of your shoulders. Nice warm water that's really opening out the shoulders, the upper back, lots of space for you to breathe into. Just focus on slowing down the breath. Allowing the upper body to start really slowing down and relaxing. Continue just to relax here. Or you may want to reach the arms ahead of you, planting down your fingers, rolling yourself back up to centre, and just finishing this strength exercise with a few moments on the mat with your eyes closed, just giving thanks for your practice today. So a hard working core practice, one that I hope you enjoyed. Namaste.